mic stays warm. Hosted by the dad with lots of charm. Insights are sharp and data silence already in the jokes online. Hot takes, real talk, keeping it true. From high school halls to podcast cues, live and learn a lot. Turn it up, this show is hot. Grab your coffee and let's get into it. No filter, no fluff, just real talk. Let's do this. Ready or not, here we go. It's time for Muffin to start the show.
Today, in episode 34, we are talking about the digital life balance, digital detox, or digital domination. Let's get off our phones and watch today's episode for the answer.
Welcome back to Hot Takes with the Murphman. I am the Murphman here, my co-host Connor. How are we doing today, Connor?
Doing good today, Murphman. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Today I'm going to talk about a subject that I think everyone listening needs to know, and that's digital life balance. You know what that means?
No.
How much time are you on your phone every day? And balance that with your actual life and everything. So what I want you guys to do is stop solving your boredom with your phone because it actively is hurting your future. So let's get the show started and ignite the fuse.
You don't have a phone problem. You have a boredom problem that you solve with your phone. Today, we are talking about digital life balance, digital detox, or digital domination. Let's ignite the discussion by breaking down the lifeline trap. The lifeline trap. Your phone is your lifeline, but it can also be your biggest distraction. Reclaiming control. This episode helps students take control of tech use and set healthy boundaries. Ownership. You have a boredom problem that you solve with your phone. Own your attention span. The fuse is lit, just like this podcast. Let's get the show started. Murphman.
That's right, you guys. Your phone is your lifeline. I know some people like Connor cannot be without their phone.
Hey,
You can't.
I can.
Really.
Yeah.
You didn't have a phone for a couple days because we were getting it traded in. How did that go for you?
It was actually good. I don't know what you're talking about. I was on my laptop.
Okay, you have your laptop. And that's the whole point about digital detoxing, right? We have too many devices. Unplug. You've heard of going off grid? Well, unplug.
Off grid, yeah.
Yeah, well, go off grid and unplug from everything. That's something we need to be doing more often. You know, I think myself included, we are on our phone way too much. How many times have you come home at 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm there scrolling TikTok? Right?
Like a good couple times.
Yeah. And we do that a lot. So I want you to think about that and understand that we may be too addicted to our phones, you know, and to find out if we're too addicted, well, let's talk about that. And the first thing we got to do is to ask the burning question.
The willpower myth. Your brain is not a machine, and your willpower is not infinite. Crucial skills. Intentionally creating tech-free time is a crucial skill for digital life balance. Today's burning question. What is a digital detox? A. Deleting all your social media apps. B. Setting a specific time each day to be completely offline. C. Never using your phone at work. D. Only using your phone for work-related tasks. The question is burning. Murphman, light the way to the truth.
12:33.
All right. So the burning question was, what is digital detox? Is it deleting all your social media apps? Is it setting a specific time each day to completely go offline? Is it never using your phone at work? or only using your phone for work-related tasks? What do you think it is, Connor?
I think it's B, setting a specific time each day to be completely offline.
That's exactly right. You got to just get off the phone at some point. And why not? What would you think is the best time to do that?
I would say at nighttime, like dinner, maybe
Dinner time?
like 8 to 9. Because I'm
Okay.
like, how long each day are we gonna like be offline? It's what we got to figure out. And
Well, you want just some time away from it. And 5 minutes is not what we're talking about. We're talking about 30 minutes to an hour minimum.
then I would say like dinner time. Anytime you eat, honestly.
Anytime you eat. Okay.
So I'd go like multiple days.
When you're alone or with somebody. Because when you're alone and you're eating, you want to be on your phone. It's just weird just sitting there eating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think dinner time when you're with the family or with friends, I think that's a good time to detox. There's a thing that they used to talk about how to get rid of your phone. Everyone puts their phone in the middle, and the first person to reach for their phone has to pay the bill. And that's something you can do with your friends. But how much discipline do you think you have that you'd be able to stop yourself from doing that?
I have discipline enough to do that.
You think so?
If I'm eating with friends, yeah.
Yeah, you can put your phone down.
I'm hardly on my phone when I'm with friends.
Because you and I spend a lot of time together, and we eat out every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're eating out, we're usually both on our phones.
Yeah.
We're talking all the other time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's the opposite for us. We get there to eat, we're eating, and we're not talking, so we just get on our phone, as opposed to driving around and getting on our phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny to think about the life I had before cell phones. Okay, imagine that. Right?
Imagine what?
Imagine a life without cell phones.
No, but what was that?
Nothing. Like, just imagine.
Imagination.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Is it SpongeBob?
SpongeBob. He's like, imagination.
What's the other clip that I like? Lola.
Lola.
She was gone, just like that.
Wrong. Lola's right here. From Big Mouth.
There you go. Poof, and she was gone.
Just like that. Poof. Lola's gone.
That's
Wrong.
it. Wrong. Where she says, I love it. Yeah. So
he's funny.
Getting off your phone, I think, is the hardest thing to do. It really is. When I was younger and we weren't on phones, we had video games and we would play video games all the time. So, we play video games now, but that was what we would do. We would play video games. I can tell you hours and hours and hours of video game play when I was younger. We would sit right here in the living room, and we had a game where you would run, and you have to like step on A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, and then you have to jump, and then A, B, A, B, A, B, jump to do hurdles.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right? So we were physically active, sort of, but that's so much fun. And when I was in Colorado, when I was in the Army, I went to a friend's house. We were playing it, and he had 7 Pomeranian. You know what those dogs are? The little, cute little dogs.
Yeah, like the little fluffy ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all standing there, and he was this big black guy, and I was a soldier there. Hold on, let me just start over again. I don't know why he has to be black.
So I wasn't paying attention.
I know. What are you typing?
Pomeranian.
Oh.
I was paying attention, but then I was like zoning out because I was thinking of Pomeranians, and I heard black guy. I'm like, oh, 17.
Well, I think it's relevant. So let me start the story over again. In our day, we had the games. We had this one game where you would literally sit there and jump on A and B and then jump in the air, and you had to land on the pad and keep running and jumping. That's how we would do it, right? And I remember one time I was with my friend. He's this big guy, and he had 7 Pomeranian dogs, right?
7.
And so as soon as we started jumping on this pad, all 7 dogs attacked our feet, and they bit us. We both got bit by the dogs because we just scared the crap out of them.
But they're like nibbles, though. There's no way.
Yeah, but sharp little teeth, dude.
Oh, they don't really bite.
Let me bite you on the ankle like that with a dog like that, and then you tell me if you're not hurting.
It won't. I've been bit by these before.
Not aggressively bit, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's always like just a nibble. That's why I always put my hand out so they can nibble on my finger.
No, those little dogs bite, dude. And little chihuahuas. I don't know who created a chihuahua, but I wish they would just gotten rid of that dog. I hate those chihuahuas. I don't know.
Why? Because they're so like loud and aggressive.
No, because every time I walk by, it goes, "Yo quiero Taco Bell." No, let me tell you a joke. There was these 3 dogs, and it was a German Shepherd,
Mm-hmm.
a Rottweiler,
Mm-hmm.
and a Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bigger female dog. I don't know what breed she was. And okay, let me just start this joke over. Hold on.
Because I thought you said 3 dogs.
Yeah, a German Shepherd, Rottweiler, and a Chihuahua.
And he mentioned 3, and then you mentioned this older one.
And then so what would be a good collie? That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't remember the beautiful dog is a collie.
Okay.
Look up collie.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Collie. All right, so let me tell you this joke about Chihuahuas and why I hate them so much, so to speak. The joke goes, there's a German Shepherd, a Rottweiler, and a Chihuahua, and they were all going after this collie. This beautiful collie. And the collie is like, before I choose my mate, you must use these 2 words in a sentence: liver and cheese. And the German Shepherd's like, that's easy. I like liver and cheese. It's like, okay. Rottweiler, I hate liver and cheese. It's like, okay. And gets to the Chihuahua, and Chihuahua's like, liver alone, cheese mine.
I love that.
Liver alone, cheese mine. So every time I see a freaking Chihuahua, that's the line that comes to my head, dude. Liver alone, cheese mine. Or yo quiero Taco Bell. Do I sound like the dog?
Yeah.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. I got my Mexican shirt on today, so I feel all Mexican.
Oh God.
But back to the show. If you've been watching us for a while, we tend to get sidetracked and we do like little side quests during our shows. So we do that. But I'll tell you what, I think it's time to get to today's hot take. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, sounds great.
Today's hot take is: you think you're busy, but you're actually just distracted. You don't have a phone problem. You have a boredom problem that you solve with scrolling. Own your attention span. Murph Man, stoke the fire.
All right. You don't have a phone problem. You have a boredom problem that you're solved with scrolling. I love that. You have a boredom problem we solve with scrolling. There's nothing else we do except scroll. Now, you and I, we tend to be a little different than the average person in the fact that we play games like Sudoku and trivia or some kind of like thinking game, aside from all the stupid mindless games like Sniper Shot or whatever, right? And you'll play Sudoku like or dominoes or blackjack or cards or you know what I mean?
I never knew how to play dominoes.
Oh, you play solitaire. That's what I was
play
thinking.
card games, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
solitaire is the name I was thinking. Not dominoes, solitaire.
I just but I've actually never played dominoes except on the phone.
You never slapped them bones?
No.
Throw on those double sixes. No.
I know there's an app for dominoes, but okay, not the pizza. But I actually never played that. Like, I never played the actual game.
Well, at the risk of sounding a little bit stereotypical and racist, there are certain games that certain cultures play. Being Mexican, what are some games you played? Loteria.
Yeah.
That's our Mexican bingo, right? If you're black, what games do you tend to play?
Where's my water?
I've never heard of that game. What's that?
You know that mobile game where it's a crocodile and he needs a shower?
Yes.
That.
Why would that be for black people or black
They
culture?
got no water.
Because they don't shower.
Oh, they just don't have any water.
Because it's shut off. Beep. You know what? We should make that a sound over there on the soundboard,
Oh God.
and just every now and then just press it. All right, let's go back. Okay, stop. At the risk of sounding a little stereotypical or racist, certain cultures have certain games. Now, when I think of the Hispanic or Mexican culture, what's the first game that pops into your mind, Connor?
Loteria.
Loteria. If you know what loteria is, it's like bingo. We play with beans, and we get cards, and they call out the cards. And if you have the cards on your card, you mark them off, and you make a bingo, and you yell loteria. All right. Now the other thing, like again, we're talking about digital detox, and I'm on the screen and watching TikTok all the time, or Instagram Reels, whatever. Cameron, where they slide the ring, that in the Arab cultures or Indian culture, I don't know which one it is,
Mhm.
and they slide the little ring, and they slide it slides all over the table, and it goes in and stuff. That looks like an interesting game, right? But is that something they play a lot? Or like, I'll give you an example. Sports. We have football, baseball. Mexico has soccer. India, Pakistan have
Cricket.
cricket. Very good. Very good. So England and
Soccer.
not soccer. They do have soccer.
Badminton, I guess.
Who the hell plays badminton? Rugby.
Oh, I wouldn't
I was-
say that.
I was gonna
I wouldn't say that's.
No, I would say that's more African.
No, that's more.
And I
like-
don't mean like black African. I just mean more African countries, more
No.
New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say more like Europe, like Norwegian or something.
No, that would be
Rugby.
soccer. See, and that's the thing.
The UK is soccer. Like the British is soccer,
Yeah.
but then like European, like other European countries would be rugby.
Well, see, and I don't follow rugby, so I don't really know. But going back to the games by culture, there's a certain game that's played by people from the black culture, and it's called spades
Oh,
or dominoes. If you're white like I am, Mexican, we never played spades. It's not something we play. Poker, blackjack, okay, but spades or dominoes. Well, Mexicans play dominoes. Let me take that back. But spades, the only way you learn spades is if you grew up in the South or inside a inner city, or you join the military, because that's how you have to learn, because everyone plays spades. And it's just one of those things, and it is a culture thing. Now, I don't know if you remember, we were watching the World Championship of Spades one day,
yeah.
and the
Well,
guy,
spades or poker. I think it was poker. I don't
no,
remember
it was maybe it was Roland, but we're watching the World Series of Spades, right? And the guy, he reneges. What that is you throw a card that when you have a spade, you don't have any more of the card that you're looking for, like clubs. So you throw a spade, you win the hand. Later on, if you throw a club, that's reneged. Nobody at the table caught it. I was like, oh my God, like, this is the World Series and no one knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? But my brother, he learned to play spades. He's not black. He's never in the military. Where did he learn?
Oh no.
In county,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So, yeah, certain cultures play certain games. And we like to I say we, you and me, we like to play different games like that. We do play all of those games. It doesn't really matter what culture we're from,
Mhm.
but we play a lot of games on the phone, plus all the scrolling.
Yeah.
I wonder how much time we've spent on the phone, percentage-wise, scrolling or playing some kind of a game. Would you say you're 50-50 on that, or more toward gaming, or more toward scrolling?
More towards scrolling.
Really?
I don't really play that much games on my phone. I can check right now, but I mean,
With me, I play more games than scroll. I can say that at least.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
I think my activity is mostly just Instagram and TikTok. Like that's really it. So,
Well, yeah. Seeing, I use my phone for everything. Everywhere I go, I have everything on my phone. That's why I love like the digital inferno when we talk about AI and stuff. I showed you some videos I made last night. What do you think of those videos?
I like them.
They're interesting, right? But I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break and we will return after these messages.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
According to the VA's suicide data report, an average of 22 veterans die by suicide every single day. This figure is a sobering reality and a crisis that demands our immediate attention and compassion. We must recognize and address the fact that every 24 hours, 22 veterans are losing their lives to suicide. The war doesn't always end when our veterans come home. The invisible wounds they carry, wounds that are real and heavy, require continuous support. No veteran should have to carry this burden alone. Many veterans experience stress and disconnection as they navigate life after service. But there is hope, there is help, and you are not alone in this fight. There's a vibrant community ready to support you, offering friendship, understanding, and shared experiences. You served your country, now let us serve you. Don't fight the toughest battle in silence. Your mission now is to reach out. Dial 988, then press 1. Text them at 838255. The Veterans Crisis Line is available 24/7. Every day, we save lives. Your life is invaluable, and your service is honored. Let's work together to make 22-0 again. No veteran should face their struggles alone. Together, we can ensure every veteran finds the support and hope they deserve.
He gets help, but he still feels off. Season out on the TV about a dog batting said, this is a man's best friend. Whoa, so he goes one day and he picks it up. Never thought a dog could bring so much love and put a smile on his face. He's finally found a saving grace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can to make 22-0 again.
Before we get back to the show, I'd like to pause for something that matters. I was inspired by Ryan Spencer's song, Make 22-0 Again. I'd like to remind you that help is always available 24/7, 365. If you ever feel you need support or are in crisis, call 988 and press 1 or text 838255. There will always be someone ready to listen. Remember, you are not alone. All right, so the message was, if you feel like you'd want to do anything to hurt yourself, please, you guys, dial 988 and press 1. There's always someone ready to listen to you. You're not alone. Keep that in mind, okay? But now, let's get to the nitty-gritty here. Let's talk about some of the terms we're going to be talking about in today's Laying Down the Coals.
We are defining our value and defining the ask and laying down the coals. The groundwork is solid, so let's stoke the coals and define the commodity of the modern age. The commodity. Welcome to the attention economy, where your focus is the most valuable commodity. Digital detox. This is intentionally creating tech-free periods to reset your brain. Attention economy. This is the idea that human attention is a scarce commodity that companies compete to capture. Mindful tech use. This means using technology with purpose and intention rather than out of habit or boredom. The groundwork is solid. Murphman, stoke the coals.
All right, so let's talk about some of these terms we're going to be discussing today. We've been discussing digital detox, intentionally creating tech-free periods to reset your brain. Okay, and trust me, you need to reset your brain. Okay, if you're on the TV, on watching too much TV, too much computer, too much anything, you want to take a break. All right. Attention economy is a new term that I don't think anyone really has heard, before. The idea that human attention is scarce commodity and that companies compete to capture it. Think about that. Everywhere you go, you have something to pull your attention to do something. All the ads all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're watching TV, ads are there. You driving, you see all the ads there. Radio, TV, movies even do it, right? There's so many things that people are fighting for your attention. That's why distracted driving is so bad, And then the mindful tech use, using technology with purpose and intention rather than out of habit or boredom. Because that's what it is. How many times, like, for example, I'll pick up my phone and I'll check my bank account. Why? Like, I'm not going to sit there and do a budget or nothing. I open up my bank account and check to see how much money I have. Every now and then I like to do it and be like, damn, that's pretty good. And other times I'm like, damn, that's not any good. Right?
Yeah.
But the phone becomes a habit. I used to come home and sit down in front of the video game, in front of the TV, play video games for hours and hours on end. We need to do something else. So yeah, what do you think about that, Connor? Someone's always fighting to get your attention, and then you give your attention to the phone. So your phone now has a bunch of ads on it and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube has commercials. Everything has commercials. Watching streaming shows has commercials. Everything has commercials. Fighting for your attention, and you just willingly give up your time. You sit there and you'll watch an ad every 30 seconds after a game, right? You play a level, ad. Play another level, ad. Your attention seeking is something that everyone's trying to get. And I want you to realize you don't need to do that. You don't need to be on your phone. You don't need to do it just out of boredom. Have a purpose. I've told you, I talk about this all the time. I use AI. I talk about this all the time. I use AI for my podcast. And I would have a conversation with my phone, with Gemini. And I'll be like, hey, here's some ideas, bounce it off of them, and it writes my notes for me. That's what I love about it. Okay. It's like my own secretary, my own assistant. Someone that I can dictate to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I use my phone productively. I can honestly say that. I use my phone productively about 40% of the time. 10%, no, I lie. 50% is scrolling, TikToking, and everything. And the last 10% is dealing with spam callers. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I started doing is I've been answering spam callers and I just mess with them.
How?
I've always said, don't ever say yes or no on the phone because they used to call it slamming. Companies used to do that. They used to call you, ask you a question, say yes, and then have you recorded that you switched telephone lines or whatever. And yeah, it was a pain in the butt. You always had to change it. But when someone calls me and they're like, do you have Medicare, A and B? I'm not old enough for Medicare, but I always be like, A and B. I'll never say yes or no. The person comes on, how are you doing today, sir? I say something to the effect of, I would be doing much better if y'all would just stop calling me and realize you're not going to scam me. It's not, how hard is this? It's the same freaking message, right? Over and over, 10, 15 times a day.
Yeah.
I can ignore your calls, it goes to voicemail, but you're still going to keep calling me. There's times I get 3 calls within a minute.
Wow.
Yeah. 2, realize, okay, we're not going to go to this guy. And it was so funny because I actually had a guy come and go, he says, I haven't called you today. Why would you say that? He sounded really serious and concerned. And I said, okay, let me correct myself. your company, your what is it called? Your call center, your scam call center is calling me. Okay, sir. I said, really? You're gonna try to do that with me? He goes, nah, fuck it, and hangs up on me. It's like, it's amazing because people will fall for it. People will fall for it. And that's what's so scary. How many times do people send us links and we just click on them because we think it's a video?
A lot.
A lot. You lost an account because you did that. Do you remember? Your old Instagram account.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened, right? But literally someone came in and stole your account. And then I reached out to the guy and he's like, I say he, could be a hurt. Right.
It was a he.
It was a he?
Someone in the military. Yeah.
Oh, no. Turns out that he was impersonating that person next. I remember I went to the Marine recruiter.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to go talk to them about it. I said, hey, FYI, we got this going on. Can you help me out? Maybe he's being scammed too. And they reached out to the unit and everything.
Okay.
But his response was, pay me $50 and I'll release it to him. And I asked you, how bad do you want it? And you're like, not that bad. I said, okay. Because now what would happen? We'd give him our banking information. And then he could go, no. Even if it was worth the $50, you wouldn't. I said, your account is lost, dude. You're not getting it back. Okay. So just be careful what you click on.
It's not what I clicked on. It's because my friend got hacked. So it was on his actual account, not a brand new one. It was like his actual account with his highlights, his everything.
And then?
So I thought it was him. And then, yeah. Then he got rid of my stuff and put on that recruiter, the military guy.
But
he switched his username.
He sent you something that you had to click on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, it's like, it could be anything like Shein or Temu with those, get the links and you get like a discount on your shopping cart. Like that's, people do that just, send to their friends and be like, just click it and then you get a discount. That's what Kennedy did to me earlier.
Yeah. And there's some legit stuff. And that's the thing. We just click on the links without even thinking twice about them. You can go to the account and it can be the same account and have all his profile. And it's a hijacked link. Emails, they can have, instead of like Microsoft, it could have an R and an N that make it look like the M for Microsoft. And you can't really spot the difference. You just see Microsoft. You don't read RN, Yeah. So yeah, just be careful when out there, you guys. You're too dependent on your phones. And I say you, all of us are too dependent on our phones. Okay. But I'll tell you what, I have a story I want to share with you guys. So let's hear today's story from the fire.
The moment I realized the scroll hole was a lie, the fire has a face. So let's react to the story of Lena's transformation. Lena's audit. Lena realized she was spending 5 hours a day on TikTok and still wondered why she felt behind. Implementation. She implemented app timers, turned off notifications, and created no phone zones. The transformation. Her focus and her mood improved dramatically because she used tech with a purpose. Murph Man, are you feeling the heat?
All right, so let's talk about Lena here, okay? Spending 5 hours on TikTok a day. Sounds like you and Spotify, Connor. She stated 5 hours was a lot. So she started using the apps with timers, turned off push notifications, and created no phone zones during study time. It's like that. She was able to stay away from her phone and get to what she needed to do. A good example as a time waster is if you go to the bathroom and use your phone, you're going to take longer than you would, right? So just don't let the phone go into the bathroom. And you don't have that issue. So that's today's story from the fire, you guys. So 5 hours a day, that's a lot. But in the summer, easy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I mean, any day, easy, technically, if you really think about it.
Yeah, 5 hours is not much to do. And that's something we do all the time. With everything that I do with the podcast here, the time I spend on my computer, working on video clips, segments, editing, social media presentations, everything, right? Do you count that as work, or do you count that as just digital mess in my life?
I don't know. I would say probably just a mess
Yeah,
at that point. Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's too much, because I also have my second podcast and my radio show I got to work on now, and it's a lot of work.
It really is.
So, but I'm not. It's productive. I'm not on my phone doing stupid stuff. I'm actually doing stuff. I'm working.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
So. But I'll tell you, one of the things that we talk about here at the show is called the heat map. But those are those actionable steps you can take to improve your situation and help you with detoxing. So let's get to the heat map now.
Measure to manage. The route is mapped, so let's guide you through the heat with these actionable steps. Habit audit. Use screen time tracking tools to get honest about your hours, because you can't change what you don't measure. Automated silence. Use focus mode to automatically silence work and social apps after 6 p.m. Sacred zones. Designate non-negotiable tech-free zones, like the dinner table or the bedroom, to be more present. Strategy over willpower. Break down big projects into smaller, scheduled steps rather than relying on willpower. The map is drawn. Back to Murphman for the next segment.
So measure to manage, because you cannot change what you do not track. How are you supposed to know how much time you spend on your phone if you don't track it? Right? So measure habits. Use screen time tracking tools and be honest about your hours. Set your limits at maybe using your phone for 30 minutes and then putting it down for 30 minutes. Do something else and come back to it. Okay, when you're binge watching TV, how many shows would you binge watch? Not
a lot.
I watch 2 or 3 shows when I binge watch.
I try, but then I just get distracted and then just...
You get distracted by your phone?
Yeah. And then my ADHD doesn't stay with the TV. It has to be like really good for me to stay. If it takes too long, then I lose it and just be on my phone.
Yeah. So yeah, we go from our phone to our computer to a tablet to a phone, back to the TV, back to our laptop. It's like, at what point do we just get away and have human interaction and talk to people? So I hope you guys do that. And right now we're going to go take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about those pitfalls you're going to have that might cause you to have some problems. Stay tuned.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murphman will return after these messages.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.web.
Staring out this hotel window, many floors above. What's missing down there is love. Thinking through the smoke that fills my mind. Don't worry, it's not my first time. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. They say it's all inside, heaven and hell. What happened to that angel when he fell? it just one try. Tell me you don't like it. Be God for a moment and don't despise it. Adios amigo, I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios amigo, I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. Step outside and breathe. Play a little in the street. Hope it's not me they're sending. Move on from over there. Give the kids a little scare. Oh, these fences, they need mending. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. Adios, amigo. So glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
Before we get back to the show, Hot Takes with the Murph Man streams live every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern with Military Broadcast Radio. At mbradio.us, we give veterans a voice and help them launch their own podcasts. Make sure to visit purehottakes.com for all my socials and links to our premium content. All right, y'all. Thanks for returning. We're turning it off to turn on our performance up. Okay. If you're doing work on the computer, that's work. You got to do it. Okay. You're doing homework. You got to do it. You're typing. You got to do it. That's not what I'm referring to as far as detoxing. But if you're doing that too much, you still want to take a break from even work related stuff. I work online, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my job. I'm on the computer for the 8 hours, except for my lunch break. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be on the computer typing the whole 8 hours, but I'll tell you what, I get away from my computer and I start writing stuff down a little bit here and there, just so I don't have to keep track, be on the computer all the time. But we do, and that's one of those things we got to be careful with. But we were just talking about the heat map and those actionable steps you can take. Let's talk about the pitfalls where you can find that you maybe realize, hey, this is where I need to change, the things, because this is where it's happening. I can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear about where you get burned.
46-13. 46-12.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let FOMO win. The pitfalls are exposed, so let's sound the alarm on where willpower fails. Willpower failure. Your willpower will fail. You must use tools like website blockers to remove the option of distraction. Underlying issues. Procrastination is an emotional signal. If you don't address the boredom or anxiety driving the scroll, the habit will return. Instant access trap. Thinking you must respond instantly is a trap. Set clear communication boundaries to protect your peace. The pitfalls are exposed. Murph Man, sound the alarm.
All right. Screenshots live forever, and emotional posting is a trap. Let's talk about that a little bit, okay? Relying on willpower. Your willpower will fail. You must use tools like website blockers instead. I can sit here and say, I am not going to do this until this, but we don't have that willpower. There's a principle in psychology called the Premack principle, where you have a task you have to do, and you withhold your pleasure before doing that task. So let's say we're washing dishes and we got to wash clothes and we have a list of chores, right? I need to wash those dishes. I will hold off going to the bathroom until the dishes are done. Okay. It'll force me to do the dishes faster. If I'm going to have a snack, I might want to get 3 hours of some work done before I have my snack and my break. So there's certain things you got to use with that. Okay. Ignoring the why. If you don't address the boredom or activity driving the scrolling, you just will find another distraction. Why are you bored? Why are you distracted? You want to find that question out, okay? And instant response pressure. You don't have to respond instantly to text messages or emails. Set a boundary for communications. When we text each other, we usually text back and forth until we're done.
Yeah.
I hate people who you text them or they text you, say, hi, what you doing? And you reply and they don't reply to you. Like, why did you even waste my time sending me a message? And, I have my friend, yesterday's a good example. I sent her a message and said, hey, I want to go out at 12:30. At 3:30, she replied, okay. And that's who I went out with last night, You don't have to reply right away to every single message and email. Okay. Don't get on your phone. Put your phone down and stay away from it. Take that break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is your computer, you are working, so you're going to have to spend some time on that computer. That goes without saying, right? So think about that. I'm going to get some drink too. So those are the pitfalls, you guys. Understand that you can detox. You just have to have that willpower and that planning and the scheduling to do it. But let's talk about some of those things we can do to prevent us from falling into those pitfalls. They're called our heat shields.
Your focus is your currency. The protective layer is hot. So let's show you how to use it with the Focus Block Protocol. Focus Block Protocol. Use hour-long blocks where notifications are silenced and only one task is visible to protect your attention span. Intellectual Deep Work. Read Deep Work by Cal Newport to learn how to defend your focus in the modern economy. Native Defense. Engage your phone's native focus mode or digital well-being features to automatically enforce boundaries. The shields are up. Murph Man, what's next?
The shields are up, Connor. The things we can do are Focus Block Protocol. Use the Freedom or Forest app to whitelist only what you need to do in an hour. And if you make that list, that to-do list, right, break it down by hours. This is what I got to do here, this is what I got to do here, and this is what I got to do here. Okay. With everything I have going on, I have a schedule that I follow. So here's my schedule when it comes to podcasts and other shows. Let's just say Saturday morning the show starts, right? 12 o'clock, we're done. We go eat breakfast, lunch, whatever, Come back and I'm going to edit the video Sunday night or Saturday night.
Yeah.
And then I schedule them and I plan them for the week. So in the morning I wake up and I work a little bit on my animations or whatever I'm working on for that episode. Then I get ready to go to my show at 4:00, the second podcast. Monday comes in, I take a break from everything work related. Tuesday, I prepare my show for Wednesday. And Thursday, prepare my show for Saturday. Friday, I prepare my show for Sunday. And then the schedule starts all over again.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's a lot of time dedicated to everything I'm doing, right?
Yeah,
But
it is.
we can definitely see that there's a purpose to all of it. It's not just on the computer doing nothing. I'm working.
Yeah.
But having that schedule is very important because I have to get all that done before I can get online and start scrolling. You know, every now and like in the summer, when I was doing the podcast, I was overworking. I was overthinking. I lived on my computer and phone and tablet, right? You know, it's crazy. When I was doing my animations, I would do one on my laptop and one on my phone.
God.
Yeah, you know, it's yeah. It got a little overwhelming, you know. I don't do that anymore.
I hope not.
All right, so Deep Work by Cal Newport. This is a book, you know, for some of you that still like to read books, right? This book is a must read on defending your focus. Understand what you're trying to do. And, you know, there are self-help books out there that can help you with that. And grayscale mode. Have you ever heard that term before, Connor? Grayscale?
Nope.
Switch your phone screen to black and white to make the apps appear less addictive to your phone. So you can literally put it on grayscale and remove the color from your screens.
Oh, wow.
And what happens is it's not as interesting to watch stuff in black and white.
I mean, I would think that's kind of cool. Like putting it on black and white, that's how your phone's going to look for the whole time.
Okay, but can you imagine playing Halo black and white? Or Call of Duty? Or Borderlands or Redemption?
No.
Yeah, those wouldn't be fun if they were black and white, right?
Yeah, no, they wouldn't.
So that's the point. You can actually change the scale on your devices to be less appealing to you. So think about that. Okay. There's little things that you can do that will help force you away from your devices. You know, but no matter how much we want to learn how to do this, no matter how many steps I give you, no matter how many pitfalls I mention, how many shields I give you to help yourself, what really has to happen is it has to come from inside of you, the change, right? The change has to come from somewhere inside of you. And I'll give you an example. I need to start working out and lose weight. I have to. I'm at that point where I have to. So guess what I'm doing? Roller skating. Yeah, you can laugh. I still don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I haven't opened my skates yet.
You didn't even know how to put the wrist guards on.
No, I did. I thought there was 2 sets of wrist guards. So when I was trying to put them both on, I'm like, this is not right. If I knew there was only one set, I knew right and left. I thought it was like one set here and I had a second set still to put on for the other hand.
Okay.
So I thought there was like a top and a bottom. You know, I don't know. I screwed up. I know.
You gave it to me and I figured it out so fast. I'm like, yeah.
They're left and right.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up, dude. Okay. I said, what did I tell you? There's another one in there. And you're like, no, there's not. What? Oh, okay. My bad, right?
Yeah, those are knee pads.
Yeah, elbow and knee pads. You know, I got my helmet. So it's like, okay, what can we do here? I have to put on my skates and learn to stand on them. I don't have the leg strength to stand up on rollerblades or roller skates. I need to actually stand on the carpet and move my legs around and learn how to use skates and eventually slowly move around, you know. But it doesn't matter how much I want to lose weight or whatever until I actually take the step to do something toward that, right? And the first thing is I'm going to be roller skating. I bought this equipment, and I said, I just got it yesterday, so I'll see what I do tomorrow morning, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you one thing you want to do is you want to question stuff. You want to ask yourself these questions. So I want you to pay attention to the afterburn. Let's talk about that, and we'll be right back.
Reflect on your value. The lesson is sinking in, so let's wrap the thoughts with some internal impact questions. Internal impact. How does my phone use actually make me feel energized or drained? Opportunity cost. What activities or goals am I missing out on because of my current screen time? Boundary commitment. What is one small digital boundary I can set today that I will refuse to break? Reflection complete. Murph Man, time for your final thoughts.
All right. So those are the questions on the afterburn. Let's go over them. How does my phone use actually make me feel energized or drained, Connor? How about you? When you get on your phone, are you energized or are you drained?
Drained.
Right. I do mindless scrolling at bedtime and I eventually just fall asleep. I'm out. Okay. What goal am I ignoring because it's too busy scrolling? So if I were to sit there and say, okay, right now I'm scrolling TikTok, what should I be doing? Now, what do I want to be doing? What should I be doing? I got to cook dinner. I got to get up to get ready for my show. Like this morning, I was scrolling, right? And you come over and you got your stuff ready. And then I come over a little later. Usually I'm here earlier. Today, my brain was like just fried and I'm like, let me just scroll. So I go there and I distract myself just for 15 minutes or 30 or 3.5 hours. But, that's how it all starts, right? 15 minutes becomes 3.5 hours. What was the Adventure Time or the one with the fish?
Fish.
Not Adventure Time. Gumball.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing World of Gumball. The one episode where they're on the computer and you see them click the computer one time and you just see the clock spin like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And clicks it again another 3 hours, clicks it again, and it's nighttime. That's exactly what it is. And what I tell people is, do you know why they call the app TikTok? That's your life passing before your eyes. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay. Get off the phone. Live life. Interact with people. All right. Go play darts somewhere. Go do something. Just get off the damn phones. And what is one small boundary I can set today that I refuse to break? How about this? And this is one piece of advice I'm going to give everybody. I want you to think about this. Don't check your phone for messages until you've been awake and moving around for about 30 to 45 minutes. Why do you think that's important?
I don't know.
Because you might get a message that's going to put you in the wrong mindset for the day. It might make you angry. It might bother you. You might go online and watch the news. Like, I'll give you an example. This is not funny. But on the morning of September 11th, 9/11, Roland calls me and he goes, "We're being attacked." What? And I turned the TV on and the towers are being hit. I'm like, what the hell? And I can tell you, Connor, I know you weren't there because you don't understand, but
I mean, I wasn't born, so
no, but I'm saying you weren't there, meaning like you don't really understand it because you weren't there. I sat on my bed watching 2 hours of news because back then, CNN was 24 hours and stuff. 2 hours of news, dude. And then I eventually got up, got dressed, and I went to go sit down and I just watched the stories all day long. I watched the second tower get hit. I watched the plane get hit into the Pentagon. I got to see the plane fall into the field in Philadelphia, I think it is, United 93. I saw all of that as it was happening.
Wow.
And I was just there, just shocked. And I asked myself, with the advice I have now, would I have avoided 9/11 until later in the day? Can you imagine? Get up, get ready to go to work. I start driving to work, turn the radio on, and that's all they're talking about. I'm not going to turn around and go back home. I'm going to go to work, right?
Yeah.
Well, because I stayed home, I actually stayed home till 3:30 watching the news. You know, I didn't go to work that day. I didn't call in sick either. No one cared. But I took the day off. You know, an example of that would be Charlie Kirk's assassination. That was all over the news feed, right? I put my phone away. I just stopped watching. I stopped scrolling. I stopped everything for about 2 days because I was tired of everything that was going on. You know, you have to push it away sometimes, and you have to get away from it, no matter what everyone's talking about. That's something you just have to do. You know.
Yeah.
So think about all those, and setting those boundaries, I think, is very important. Okay. But I want you to take some time to reflect on what we've learned, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Wonder what was going on inside the man in black's mind. Was he missing June? Was he thinking back when that picture was snapped? Was he wishing he could hold her? Did he know his life was over? The day that camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash. The lines alive there on his face show hard living and show grace. A story told in shades of black. Was he whispering a prayer through that cold and lonesome glare? The day the camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
The lines alive there on his face show hard living and show grace. A story told in shades of black. Was he whispering a prayer through that cold and lonesome glare? The day the camera flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash. Wonder what was going on inside the man in black's mind. The day old Marty flashed the last picture of Johnny Cash.
Before we get back to the show, remember that Hot Takes with the Murph Man is partnered with Stream915.com, the place for premium content you won't find in the live podcast or on socials. Visit purehottakes.com to connect on socials and unlock your discount link to Stream915.com.
Your phone has the tools to save you. The digital fire is lit, so let's lead the automation with enforced boundaries. Enforced boundaries. Use native features like digital well-being app timers that lock you out of social media once you hit your limit. Deep Work Tech. Utilize browser extensions like self-control to remove scrolling options during critical study blocks. Attention Protection. Schedule your phone to deliver non-urgent notifications only twice a day to combat the attention economy. The Inferno is digital. Back to Murphman to close the segment.
All right, so digital inferno is something that brings us into the digital age. What's on fire? What's hot? What's something that we talk about with technology? Well, we talked about do not disturb and focus mode that you can have on your phone so that you don't go to other apps. There's a way to actually, if you can push a few settings on your phone, and it won't let you go in until you type a password. So like I could go to my work app, like say I'm going to text, I'm going to type on Word. It won't let you on until you type in the password. So you can't get messages or anything because you're focused on the work. So that's something that you can do on your phone. Android has that ability. I don't know if iPhone does. Another one is batch notifications. Schedule your phone to deliver all non-urgent notifications only twice a day. When I turn my phone off overnight, right? When I can't take a break from life, I need to just stop. I need a detox. I put the do not disturb on. Wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock. I'm at work. I'm clocking in, whatever. My phone starts going up. Boom, 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 boom. All the notifications start coming in. Now I'm at work and I'm looking at my phone. Right.
Yeah.
But I just see if there's anything important that I need to look at. I don't actually go read every single message. But that's something you can do. And also you can do what we call the activation energy hack. Move all social apps off your phone screen and into a hidden folder to break the muscle memory. And that's what I'm referring to when I tell you I go to the bank app, for example, just for no reason. It's just a habit.
Yeah.
I go to we have this thing, I View It. I check that a couple times a day. I View It is a program where you can actually go and you get contracted to do photos of different properties. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me and I'll give you guys the code. Because you can refer someone and get paid for that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Like what, $10 each person?
I don't know how that works. But
5, 10. Yeah.
I've tried it a couple times, never gotten paid, so I don't really worry about it too much. But yeah, I'm telling you, use technology to stop technology. That's a little counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
Use technology to stop technology. I think it's very important. You can do your settings where you can't get on. You can change your password. Like if you have a spouse, or in my case, you and me, we live roommates, right? Hey, go change my password. I got to get work done. I can't get on my phone, right? You can accept calls, you can accept texts, but you can't answer texts, right? But you can go to your roommate and go, I need to text somebody. Someone calls you, you can answer, and as soon as you hang up the phone, it goes right back to being locked, right? So having a roommate or someone around to change the password for you is something you can do as well. So learn to do that. Learn to take a break from life, and you'll be able to see that things get better. What do you think, Hunter?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think we need to take one last break, and when we come back, we're going to do our final burn.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down here to lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
Before we wrap up, here's a reminder. Hot Takes with the Murph Man streams live every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern with Military Broadcast Radio. At mbradio.us, we give veterans a voice and help them launch their own podcasts. Hot Takes with the Murph Man is partnered with Squad 915 Studios, the place for premium content you won't find in the live podcast or on socials. At stream915.com, we are a local platform made for El Paso with content exclusively created by El Pasoans. Check it out. It is free to create an account. Visit purehottakes.com to connect on socials and unlock your discount link to stream915.com.
Be the boss of your tech, not just a bystander. The last word is out, so let's sign it off with a focus on ownership. Tool versus boss. Your phone is a tool, not your boss. Use it with purpose, or it will use you. Attention ownership. Reclaim your focus to protect your peace and your future. Intentionality. Stop swipe solving boredom and start designing your life.
Today's final take, you guys, is something that I want you to really think about it. Listen to what I'm going to say, okay, Connor? And I want your feedback on this. Your phone is a tool, not your boss. Use it with purpose or it will use you. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
I agree.
You agree with what? Like that you let your phone run boss you around?
Yeah.
We do, right?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't technically say it bossed me around, but I let it control my life.
That would be bossing around.
Because it's not telling me what to do. It's just like,
well, it is. It's saying
it's mind control.
play with me. Play with me.
Yeah, that's like mind control then, I guess. It's
Right.
controlling me. That's why I wouldn't say bossing me around. It just, I don't know.
Runs your life.
Yeah. It's like I'm under its control.
Just like a wife would.
Yeah. That's my wife.
Oh, man. The digital technology we use controls our life so much. It's crazy how much it controls it. Okay. Charging your phone is a lifeline now. You got to make sure your phone's charged everywhere you go, right?
Yeah.
Your phone, if your signal is dropped or God forbid, you don't pay your bill on time and they cut your phone off. That is bad. Like, for example, when I was a counselor and people would come and talk to me and everything, they would call me and my phone would be disconnected. How do you think they would feel? So I could never let that happen.
Yeah. That's why we got like laptops and tablets and like other devices just in case if that gets shut down.
Well, yeah, but if clients are calling you on the phone.
Well, that's why you would get like WhatsApp on your laptop or other.
But they'd have to call me on WhatsApp.
Well,
I'm talking about no apps, the actual phone. The actual phone line.
Well, I mean, it's stupid if you just call just on phone.
The other night, I was trying to get a hold of you. I called you on Instagram. I called you on WhatsApp. I called you on your phone. You weren't answering anything because you had no signal.
You didn't call me on Instagram.
Well, I texted you.
That's different. And you didn't even, we don't follow each other, so I got a request from it.
Yeah,
so I get a notification.
We need to talk about that. Hold on. I want to see, did I send it to you from my account or from the Hot Takes account?
Your account.
And we're not friends?
No.
All right. You can kiss my ass with that one, all right?
Well, I mean, it's true. You unfollowed me.
Yeah, I did. You know why?
Yes, I know why.
Because you were posting stuff about your personal life, and I was like, I don't need to know what he's doing. You know what I mean?
That was not it.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
What was it then?
I wouldn't post promoting Hot Takes. That was the reason.
No, that's for the Hot Takes I did unfriended you. I'm talking about my personal account. What would I?
Yeah, no, personal account. Yeah. That you didn't have a Hot Takes at that time.
Yeah. How hard is it to just like my stuff, Connor?
I don't do that.
I
don't.
Such BS.
What do you mean?
Connor, I can go to some strange Instagram reel and there it is, like by Connor.
It depends what it like.
But you can't even like my own stuff?
I don't see your stuff.
It's so offensive, you know that, right?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You don't pay attention to your dad's stuff?
Because you want me to repost it and I don't repost stuff like that.
Well, I was trying to promote myself, you know.
I don't promote.
But you could help a brother out here.
But that's the thing, I just don't.
But you could.
I could help you out, but at the same time, it's like that's not my norm. I don't post anything at all.
I will give you that, but you can at least like.
Well, it's done to the like. It's all stories. You wanted me to repost like rad, like trivia nights and all that.
Yeah, because I was trying to get the younger crowd there.
That's the thing. I don't do that.
I know, Connor, and I was asking you for the favor to help me out.
I know, but like I said, I don't do that.
Yeah, your cousins help me out a lot.
Jessie wouldn't even do it. You unfollowed her also.
No, well, Kennedy is the one I'm referring to.
Well,
she actually went and started hanging out and everything.
She actually went there. Yeah, I didn't.
I got to tell you, last night I met this lady from the NEEP, Northeast El Paso Collective Food Truck Show, whatever.
So NEEPCon?
Yeah, no, it's called the NEEP. And the NEEP Collective, actually. And
that's collective.
She does trivia herself. She actually has a program she uses and does trivia herself. Because that's what I used to do, Geeks Who Drink. I'm like, you can hire me to come do that here for you at your bar. I'm trying to get a job with her and stuff, right? Yeah. On top of everything else I got going on in my life, here I am trying to get a second job, okay? Or not a second.
Like fifth job at this point, yeah.
Yes, And I think she's going to become a content partner with us eventually.
You think so?
Yeah, I totally do. But I made a friend last night, so to speak. I'm going to go back to the bar and I'm going to hook up with her. We're going to play some darts and, not hook up, but
I was going to say, don't say hook up.
The phrase is link up. Sorry. When I said hook up,
you're like, wait,
that's not what I mean, Joe. I'm not talking about that. Okay. In case she watches this. But I was like, yeah, let's do this. That's cool. We can do content together. There's the possibilities are endless. Come out to my Vibes in the Fight 915 podcast. Let's talk there. And that there's so many things going on. So you need to have the technology, and you need to have that follow, and you need to have that person to share for you and everything. So in some ways, technology is here. You can't avoid it. In other ways, you know what? You need to avoid it. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
All right. I'll tell you what. I think that's it for today, Connor. What do you think?
I think so too.
All right. So I want to wish everyone a good night, or not good night.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, and we'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be here next week, Connor?
Totally. Yeah.
I'll be here too. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week.
That's a wrap on this episode. If you're looking for more, you can find all the best clips from the show on our social media pages. For all the links and more information about what we talked about today, visit purehottakes.com. And if you want to watch the full replay or get access to our premium content, subscribe now at stream915.com. We appreciate you tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.